We've long heard the horror stories about Michigan's unemployment insurance agency. During the pandemic in particular, people couldn't get anyone to help with benefits, and yet the agency handed out millions of dollars to people who were either ineligible or in prison. Tonight, we're hearing from laid-off auto workers who say they've been waiting for months for their money because of more UIA problems. Our business editor, Rod Maloney, live tonight with that story. Rod.
Yeah, Devin, I got my whiteboard out. UIA audit said that it was roughly $250 million that got handed out during the pandemic to people who shouldn't have had it, while others waited. And now we got auto workers claiming that's been their problem since the UAW strike last fall. Jason Kane is a dog lover and veteran white-collar auto industry graphic designer. So when Ford pink slipped him last June with 3 months severance, he thought he'd see his unemployment start in October.
My expectation would be within, I think it was right around 3 weeks till we received our first check. We'd have to go through and do the register for work, which I did, and submit any necessary paperwork.
The checks never showed. Now, you'll recall just weeks before, the UAW started its stand-up national contract strike, sending a lot of out-of-work union members looking for their unemployment benefits. Jason had no idea UIA couldn't tell the difference between him and a union auto worker. But this UIA letter told him he needed to wait for his benefits because the agency was swamped yet again. Jason spent 3 months looking for work and his checks, which never came, $4,000 worth he had earmarked for
mortgage payments.
Thankfully, he had savings, but because UIA had its hands full,
after 3 months, I just keep seeing my savings dwindle and dwindle and dwindle.
He spoke with colleagues also awaiting their checks, some with bill collectors ready to foreclose. So he made a third personal visit to the UIA in December.
My frustration level is probably a 12 out of 10 because I understand if I'm caught up in this. I understand that things happen, but you have to be able to tell somebody something within a reasonable amount of time.
Now, we reached out to the UIA. They gave us this statement this afternoon. While changing economic situations and seasonal factors have an impact on the number of claims filed, UIA takes these factors into consideration, adjusts accordingly, and works diligently on all claims filed by Michigan workers to make determinations in a timely manner. Both workers and employers have rights to appeal and protest UIA determinations, which also may affect how quickly claims issues are resolved. Back to you.
What about Jason's issues? Are those resolved now?
Well, it turns out, yes. We started talking to him last week, and today he got an email saying that after he had spoken to his representatives in Lansing, that his benefits were now going to show up probably in the next week or so.
Oh, good deal. All right, Rod.